Arman Sarukin, what do you do with him at this point? I mean, do you automatically rebook him in the next title fight? Do you go back to the drawing board?
No.
Massive jerk move, in my opinion, from Dana White last night. We have a bit of a twist in this story as well. So Arman Sarkisian was unable to compete. He pulled out due to a back injury on weigh-in day. That's wild. Like, so close to the fight, so much training. And you're kind of wondering, oh, did the weight cut have something to do with that? Or did he have a pre-existing injury, which is very, very likely because these guys are always pushing and pushing. But at the end of the night, after Islam in the first round submitted his replacement opponent, it was asked, will Arman get the next shot? And obviously he'd already earned it since he got the rematch. And Dana said, no way.
Yeah, he's going back to the drawing board.
And the reporter goes, oh, well, do you think he faked the injury because you sent somebody over from the PI Institute, somebody who's really good at recovery? And he said, oh, only Arman can answer that. And of course.
You feel like he could have competed tonight?
I have no idea. I don't know that. Only he knows that.
It's only Arman who knows if he's injured. And to me, the likelihood of somebody who worked so hard to get from a loss to going all the way back to get a rematch with Islam and to get a title fight, and now to be said, no, you have to work your way back, to me it seems wild. But the twist is, Arman posted about that and said, yeah, I agree, I have to earn my #1 contender spot again. Blew my mind that he would say that. Maybe he's just trying to play ball, but injuries happen, and I understand the UFC is reliant on these fighters to show up and make the weight and compete, and all of that is so very important to them because they're selling tickets and it is a business. But what are you going to do? You're going to ask Arman to say, like, ignore your injury.
You miss opportunities sometimes, and he did. So we'll see how this plays out for him next year.
Go in and fight where you cannot, where you're going to be a shell of yourself, where you might hurt your back in the first moment of the fight and then have to pull out due to injury in the middle. And it could be a long-lasting injury. And as I said to you guys yesterday, I had an MMA fight where I tweaked my back moments before the warm-up started. And I didn't know if I was going to be able to fight. And then, I stretched it out, maneuvered around for like 10, 15 minutes, and fortunately could. But to punish him for having an injury when these guys go through so much and the promotion gives them realistically so little, right? They're not getting half of what comes in. They're getting a small amount. Remember, if Arman was a boxer and he was fighting last night for the world title, he wouldn't be getting whatever his purse was. I don't know if it was like 400 grand or 2 million. He wouldn't be getting something like that. He would be getting far more. So the fighters are not compensated in the same way. That's fine. I understand it's a business, but at the same time, do we need to punish them? Does Dana need to punish the fighter for getting injured? Has Arman pulled out of other fights in the past? Is he somebody who does this consistently, or is this a one-off? So to me, it seems like an unnecessary move to somebody who's probably already woken up today and being like, man, I missed my shot. I'm so bummed out. And then you hear that and you go, oh, now next time I don't even get to fight for the belt. They're not just going to rebook the fight, which to me seems like it makes perfect sense. But that's just my 2 cents. Guys, remember last day to have a chance to win these gloves. They're going to be signed. I just fought in them. They're going to be shipped off to you. Get registered. Link down below.